Hello everyone! Welcome to Diligence Vocabulary Challenge. Today is the day one of our vocabulary learning. So, we will be learning a word which is already familiar to you, but we will be learning how the same word can be used in different contexts and scenarios. So, the word we are dealing today is rich. So you already know the literal meaning of the word rich. So we will be looking into the different ways of using the word rich. Let's see the different meanings associated with the word rich across various contexts, from wealth and culture to food and experiences. The first expression or the first phrase is rich person. So it gives a literal meaning of the word rich. So the definition is someone who possesses a lot of money or valuable assets. A sentence, for example, a rich person donated a large sum of money to the charity. The next word is rich family. This also gives a literal meaning of the word rich. So the definition is a rich family is a family that has a lot of wealth. A sentence, for example, she belongs to a rich family. So the next word is rich country. Definition: a country with a high level of economic wealth. A sentence, for example, Switzerland is considered a rich country because of its high standard of living. So the next word is rich food. A rich food is a food that is rich in vitamins, minerals, or fat and calories. It can be any of these ingredients that is high on it. So a sentence, for example, chocolate cake is a very rich food that should be eaten in moderation. So, as we all know, chocolate cake is rich in calories, so it should be eaten in moderation. So, it doesn't give a literal meaning of the word rich, but it can be used in this context also. The next word is rich sauce. We already know what is a sauce, so we all use sauces in our daily meals. So, the definition of rich sauce is a sauce that is thick, flavorful and often creamy or buttery. So, as we can see in the picture, it's a steak. We are not eating steak in our daily life, but steak comes with a rich sauce. So, for a simple example, we can say, the pasta was covered in a rich sauce. So, can we move on to the next word? The next word is rich culture. A culture that is diverse, full of history and traditions is known as a rich culture. A sentence, for example, India is known for its rich culture and heritage. The next word is rich history. Definition: a history that is full of interesting and significant events. For example, Greece is admired for its rich history. So we all know Greece is a country that has a rich history, rich political events happened in Greece. So it's a country which is rich in history. So that's why we have taken that example. So the next word is rich language. A language that has large vocabulary and a variety of expressive forms. So, a rich language can be a person's language or it can be a particular language. So, for example, English is a rich language influenced by many other languages over the centuries. So, as we all know, English came from Norman French, it belonged to Celtic languages. So, it adopted several vocabularies and words from other languages like Latin. So, English is a rich language. So the next word is rich texture. A complex and pleasing texture is called a rich texture. So as we can see in this image, the rich texture can be seen in a cloth. So for a simple example, we can say the velvet cloth has a rich texture. The next word is rich soil. A soil that is fertile and good for growing plants is known as a rich soil. So, the farmers are lucky to have rich soil for a good harvest. If there is no good soil or a rich soil, uh, plenty or bountiful harvest cannot happen. So, in this scenario, rich soil means a fertile soil or a fertile land. The next word is rich diversity. A wide range of different elements or features is known as rich diversity. Here, in the images as we can see, we are telling a rich diversity within the species. So, there are different kinds of diverse species in our nature, our environment. So, for a simple example, the national park is known for its rich diversity of wildlife. The next word is rich imagination. Definition: having creative and detailed thoughts is a rich imagination. So we often have dreams and we imagine a lot. So that's a rich imagination. For a simple example, the author's rich imagination is evident in her fantastical story settings. The next word is rich experience. An experience that is rewarding and full of learning opportunities is called a rich experience. It can be in the past, it may be happening in the present, and it can come in the future. So, a simple example is traveling around the world is truly a rich experience. The last and final word is rich content. Content that is informative, well developed, and knowledgeable is a rich content. So for a simple example, we can say the YouTube video offered rich content with a lot of information. So that's it. I hope you all are familiar with the word rich, and through this video, I hope that you can use this word in your daily life in different situations and scenarios that you consider less often. And thank you for joining us. If you have any doubts, you can write it in the comments, and you can also make different sentences with these words so you can get familiar with it. Thank you.